in the last 30 minutes, we've gotten new information about a deadly shooting in Randolph County that killed 16-year-old Tyree Campbell of Cuthbert. Earlier, we told you that 19-year-old Kyle Gilbert was charged with 2 counts of reckless conduct and 1 felony count of involuntary manslaughter in the case.
New at 6, we have confirmed Gilbert's father is employed by the Cuthbert Police Department and that the gun used was not a law enforcement weapon.
Yeah, WALB News 10's Caitlin Barker takes a closer look at the emergency response time in this particular case and how it could be tied to a lack of health care access in the Randolph County area.
AmeriPro Health, the EMS provider for Randolph County, says their advanced life support quick response vehicle arrived to the scene in 18 minutes, with a second emergency vehicle arriving 6 minutes later. But the Cuthbert chief of police says it took 45 minutes for an actual ambulance to arrive.
This emergency vehicle they're talking about that was on scene 18 minutes was not an ambulance. It's a Ford Explorer. That ambulance didn't show up too. It took a total of 45 minutes.
With no hospital in the area, the city of Cuthbert has one 24-hour ambulance and one 12-hour ambulance. When those ambulances are being used in other areas, those in need have to get help from nearby counties.
They call it mutual aid from Clay County or Quitman County or Calhoun County. But those counties have the right to refuse that mutual aid. It's always going to be an issue with the transportation because we do not have a hospital.
This hospital closed in October of 2020, and the chief of police calls that closure a logistical nightmare for residents in need of health care.
The EMS has certainly taken the brunt of the hospital closing because every call they have to make, whether it's depending on the level of trauma, is out of town, and it makes their calls much longer.
Not having the hospital has been difficult for the community, and leaders are actively working to get it back.
Do I wish it could be open tomorrow? Absolutely. Everybody on the hospital authority and the community wishes that. Do I think it's going to be open back up? Absolutely, I do. It can't be soon enough.
County leaders say they've been working for nearly 4 years to get this hospital reopened, and they tell me that once they cross a legislative hurdle, the hospital should be renovated and open within 18 months. I'm Caitlin Barker reporting in Randolph County for WALB, your hometown news source.
Well, WALB has requested records about the response time of all emergency vehicles in this incident, and we're waiting to hear back. We also just learned this from the GBI as well about a second person who was injured in that shooting at the park and in Cuthbert. We're told they did receive non-life-threatening injuries, and again, we are still working to get an update on their condition, and we will keep you in the loop.
All right, let's take